What's up and welcome to another video on the channel. We're back to drop in full. This is the first full video that I've even recorded in so long. But you know what? I think this deserves an applause, man. Hold up. let's get this, man. Also, I'm standing, one, just because I can. Two, I'm also kind of tired, so I feel like if I'm standing, I'm gonna be moving around, trying to get the blood flowing. It's about to be hype. UFC 310 is this Saturday. I'm so excited. It's looking like the best card of the year, honestly. Like, the whole thing is stacked. We can start from the early prelims all the way up to the main card. Let's get it. So, I mean, at a heavyweight to start the card off, I think it's gonna be a great fight. I think Kennedy takes it, but it's about to be lit. Then, next up, we got Clay Guida versus Chase Hooper. Old guard versus new guard. I'm actually really excited for this. Clay Guida, obviously, past his prime. Oh, also, hang on, let me make sure this isn't tweaking. You guys can hear the mic move a little bit, but it's not that bad. I'm gonna refrain from touching this from now on. But we got Clay Guida versus Chase Hooper. This is about to be a super exciting fight. Chase is a minus 1,000 favorite. I didn't realize he was that big of a favorite, but it does make sense. I think Clay is really close to retiring. But, you know, I'm here to see it. Passing the torch, I think it's going to be a fun fight. Chase Hooper always puts on fun fights. Clay Guida is an absolute crazy psychopath. So all of his fights are going to be insane. We're definitely not going to see the Clay Guida we saw against Diego Sanchez, because that's an amazing fight. I could totally see Chase just submitting him. But either way, here for it. Then we got Michael Chiesa versus Max Griffin. I think Max takes this. Michael, again, just old. The dude's just old. Way past his prime. I think Max takes it. He's coming up. Next up, we got Cody Durden versus Joshua Van, trying to get a top 15 ranking. Joshua Van, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really seen. Cody Durden, I have seen. I just can't really remember his fights off top. I guess the fight that highlights the early prelims is Chris Weidman versus Eric Anders. I feel like this is a really low-key fight. I think if they're both healthy, it could be an amazing fight. But at the same time, they're both kind of old, so it could be a very slow fight. But either way, man, this is about to be cool. But then, man, to start off the prelims, we got Brian Battle versus Randy Brown. This is about to be a crazy fight. Like, fuck the early prelims. This is the fight I'm trying to watch ASAP. Bro, this fight deserves air horns. It deserves air horns. Like, this is such a sick fight. They're both really, really good. Brian Battle is an absolute brawler. Dude just goes in to kill. Randy Brown reminds me more of like an Izzy style, where he's like very touch and go. He uses his length. He uses his length really well, but the way he moves, I really enjoy watching him move. He's super slick with everything. Head movement. I think this is gonna be an amazing fight. Then we got some disrespectful shit right here. They're putting Aljamain Sterling, a former champ. Dude, if he wins this fight, he could possibly be fighting for a title next, or at least in a fight or two. But to have this fight in the prelims is absolutely insane to me. Like, even Evloev, he's an up-and-coming fighter. Dude is undefeated. He's 18-0. Like, for this fight to be in the prelims is absolutely insane. They've been both talking so much shit to each other online. They've been talking so much trash. I really hope that they actually fight and they don't, like, it's not like just like a hugging contest the whole time. Because, I mean, if I'm being honest, there's a very high chance that this could be just a hugging contest. Ideal scenario, hopefully their grappling just kind of evens out and it turns into a striking battle. I don't see that happening, but I think it'd be kind of cool. For my pick though, I think I'm gonna go with Aljo. I'm gonna root for Aljo. I want to see the former champ take it. Dude, if he ends up fighting for this featherweight belt, first of all, I don't think he can get through Volk. Toporia's definitely knocking him out. But there's such a line. Like, featherweight is low-key very stacked right now, and for Aljo to become champ, that would be absolutely insane. But that being said, I do think he beats Evloev. At least I want to see him beat him. I think it'd be sick. Then we got another banger of a fight, Vicente Luque versus Tempe Gurambo. I think Luque was supposed to fight Nick Diaz, but Nick Diaz had his issues and had to pull out. So now we got Luque versus Temba. I don't know if you guys have seen his interview after his first UFC fight, but he basically said that he literally just had $7 in his bank account. He only had money for a ticket. That's how crazy it was. And I don't even think it was like a round trip. I think he just had a single ticket from Zimbabwe, where he's from, to America, and he literally only had enough money to get to the gym, and he slept at the gym, just trained there. And even after his first fight, dude only had $7 to his name. So his story is incredible. His story is very reminiscent of like Francis's story. Like, very, very cool dude, very sick story. I'm gonna be rooting for him. I think honestly he takes it. Luque again is one of those fighters that's kind of old, but Luque always puts up a fight. Silent assassin. Dude's an absolute monster, and I love watching Luque fight, so I think this is gonna be a great one. But then the fight to highlight the prelims, we got Dominic Reyes versus Anthony Smith. I think it's low-key. They're both kind of very close to retiring. They're both kind of on like a similar level. Okay, yeah, so his last time out, he fought Jacoby. Yeah, he got a round 1 TKO. I remember watching this. So personally, I do think Dominic Reyes takes it. Anthony Smith is also coming off of a loss. I think Dominic's got the momentum. I think his last time out, he was also talking about how he's actually healthy now. He found his love for the sport again. So I think Dominic is coming in with that momentum, and I see him taking it over Anthony Smith. Then the first fight on the main card, we got Nate the Train versus Doo Ho Choi. Personally, I think Nate takes it. I could very much see Nate taking it. But Doo Ho Choi is also an animal, so I think this is gonna be a great fight. I think this is gonna be an absolute scrap. I want to see Nate win, mainly for like the post-fight speech. I think it's gonna be hilarious. But yeah, man, in my prediction, I'm going with Nate. Then we got Thug Nasty, Bryce Mitchell versus Kron Gracie. Kron looked absolutely horrible his last time out. He fought Charles Jourdain, and bro was literally just butt scooting the whole time. It was terrible to watch. I did see an interview though where Kron said that in his last time out, he had a bunch of people in his ears basically being like, hey, you gotta show what jiu-jitsu is like. You gotta like live up to the Gracie name. And I think he just overthought the fight, or at least he said that he overthought during the fight. And it was almost like he was just using one tool in the shed. So hopefully this time out, he does show his striking a bit more. He shows that he's actually been working on it. I'm actually very curious to see if he's even been training like that, if he's actually been working on his striking or not. When it comes to grappling though, I think it's gonna be a great grappling matchup. Bryce Mitchell's no slouch when it comes to wrestling. And I mean, we got a Gracie. So he's obviously a beast in jiu-jitsu. I think the grappling sequences could be really sick. But that being said, Bryce Mitchell definitely the better striker. Dude is also coming back from absolutely getting murdered by Josh Emmett. Like this, I think this is his first fight since then. But yeah, man, I'm rooting for the camo shorts. Thug Nasty, Bryce Mitchell. Oh, also real quick, bro said that he doesn't like to wear seatbelts. He's just on some different shit. But let's move on to these heavyweights, man. We got Cyril Gane versus Volkov 2. This is going to be a great motherfucking fight. Volkov is coming off of a huge win against Sergey Pavlovich where he basically made Pavlovich look like he was nothing. And on the other hand, Cyril Gane, he lost to John Jones, but then he fought Spivak. He beat Spivak. He looked pretty good in that fight. Also, Sergey Spivak isn't really the best heavyweight, so I don't really know how to judge him off of that performance. Last time they fought, Gane won by decision. I think he just, again, played his Muay Thai game, just played his range, just stayed out the way, just leg kicks. Just range, just a bunch of jabs, stuff like that. But honestly, now I think the game plan is there on how to actually beat Gane. All you have to really do is wrestle. And Volkov has really good wrestling. So I'm looking to see if Volkov can actually dominate him when it comes to that. If he could just put Gane on his back, make sure that he can't really move around, make sure he stays on his back. And even if he doesn't submit him, I could see Volkov, it's only a 3-round fight, I believe. So I could totally see Volkov just basically winning by decision, just kind of sitting on him. It definitely won't be the most entertaining fight that way, but I think Volkov, it's a very easy blueprint to follow to get the win. That being said though, I'm really excited to see how much better Gane has actually gotten. I'm curious whether he's actually worked on his takedown defense. His striking, we already know, is easily one of the best, if not the best at heavyweight. I'm really curious to see if he's even worked on his wrestling, see if he's made any improvements. Because if he hasn't, it's going to be a long ass day for him. And I can totally see Volkov winning. Now, next up, we got the people's main event, man. This fight also totally deserves air horns. We got undefeated versus undefeated. Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Ian Machado Gary. What a sick fight, man. I mean, I'm so excited by this. So straight up, I'm gonna give you guys my prediction. I think Shavkat takes it. Shavkat is an absolute monster. Dude is an amazing striker. He's an amazing wrestler, amazing on the ground. I think the best thing about him too, he's looking for the finish the whole time. Like, even if he's dominating a fight, if he's dominating all 3 rounds, like against Jeff Neal, he was dominating all 3 rounds, but still ended up getting the guillotine. Or not the guillotine, sorry. Like, he ended up getting like a neck crank on Jeff Neal, just standing rear naked almost. But yeah, man, Shavkat's an absolute animal. Dude even submitted Wonder Boy his last time out. What's also kind of cool about this is that they've both have like similar opponents. I believe they've both fought Jeff Neal. They've both fought Neil Magny. Shavkat has finished them both. Ian hasn't finished either of them, I think, but he did win by decision, and it was pretty dominant wins in both fights, I think. I think Shavkat's game plan is honestly pretty simple. I think just take him down, ground and pound till you find a submission, or, you know, just ground and pound him out. I think that's probably going to be his game plan. Ian's probably going to be trying to play his range, just like that classic Muay Thai. I also really like watching Ian fight just because it just seems like he's flowing. I think dude's kind of a weirdo outside of his fights, but when it actually comes to fighting, I love watching him fight. I think he looks super smooth whenever he does fight. I also do think it's kind of cool how he just travels around the world and trains at different gyms. Like, I think even for this fight, he might have Charles Oliveira in his corner. I know he's training on a shoot box in Brazil. So I think that style with Gary could be kind of cool. But yeah, man, that being said, I got Shavkat. I'm gonna say Shavkat by submission. I think he could get that knockout, but more realistically, I think he gets that sub. And now for the flyweight belt, we got Alexandre Pantoja versus Kai Asakura. Kai, he's making his UFC debut. He was a 2-time champ at Ryzen. I've seen his highlights. I might have seen like 1 or 2 full fights, but most of the stuff I've been seeing is whatever the UFC's been putting out. All the random highlights of him like just knocking dudes out, like absolutely just killing dudes. It seems like he's a super flashy, but like explosive and powerful striker. And they're some of my favorite people to watch. And especially at flyweight, you know he's gonna be trying to throw bombs, just like moving out the way, just moving super fast. I think it'll be a super fun fight. That being said though, I got Pantoja, and still, I mean, I just think Pantoja is faced. He's seen the best of the best. He's fought Moreno like 50 times. He's fought like Brandon Royval, I think even like 3 times now at this point. He has faced the top of the top multiple times and has beat all of them so many times. And I think he just keeps getting better and better. I totally see Pantoja, again, going the grappling route, trying to just take him down, submit him, ground and pound him out, whichever way the game plan goes. But I think Pantoja's key to victory is definitely going to be grappling. But yeah, guys, I think that is pretty much it for UFC 310. I'm so excited, man. I think these fights are gonna be absolutely insane. So that's why I'm gonna be coming at you guys with these videos. We are so motherfucking back. We're back in the full swing of things, man. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Check out the links in the bio. At least it's something I'm working on. And with that, out of here, man. Peace.